Hey, welcome to another episode of Real Conversations. I'm your host, Nicole Jones,
And I'm Quana Terry.
and we'd like to thank you guys for joining us here tonight. I would like to say hello to my beautiful co-host over there. Wait, hold on. She taking me back to the Tony Braxton days. Hold up. You not
Oh
see her slicking
God.
it to the side with her
Yeah.
beautiful face. It says see you in your face, girl.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, this is what I normally do to mold my hair before I curl it. But I was like, let me just wear it like this because I don't have the time to curl the top of my head. So this is what it's gonna be. So thank you. I'm glad it actually is it looks good. So I'm happy about that.
Oh girl, you know it looks good. Listen.
Me-
She's not new to this hairstyle, okay? She is a pro, so she knows exactly what needs to be done in order for her to, execute the style that she's looking for.
Yeah, me,
So,
I love a good shortcut. So, and not so many people can pull it off. Thankfully,
mhm,
we are one of the are some of those people that can actually pull those shortcuts. I
yep.
think it actually accentuates your, it brings your face out a lot more. I just
Mhm,
love it. It's like there's nothing else that takes away from it, but you
true.
know, from your face. So, I love it. But you looking as beautiful as ever as
Thank
well.
you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Trying something different. My curls are kind of dropping now, but it's okay. It still looks good.
I like the curls. I told you
Yeah.
that before when you did it, and now that I think you said you cut it
Oh yes,
last week. So I'm like,
I did.
yeah. I mean,
Look,
it looks really good.
the
Oh
difference.
wow, yeah.
It was past my behind.
Hmm.
So is that the correct terminology that we can say up on here?
You can say it.
No.
Yeah. Hmm.
So it was a bit heavy, and
Hmm.
like when you wash it and stuff like that. So yeah, my girl was like, are you ready to cut it? I was like,
Well, I'm glad that she even recommended it, right?
yeah.
Because when it's too heavy, it'll start pulling out the roots of your hair, right?
And because my hair is soft, so she was like, it's gonna pull it and you don't want it to pull and then it starts splitting and all that other stuff. She said, so and she said once she said, you tell me what length you want and then we go from there. So I did. I told her. I even did a video, but the video deleted, so you're not gonna see that, guys. Okay, it
Mhm.
deleted. But it was like in stages from the time that I got there to when she cut it. And it was a nice journey and it was you immediately felt the difference.
The weight, yeah, the relief, huh?
Listen,
Wow.
I was like, wow, that is a huge difference. I understand now all too well what she was talking about. And I was, because me, I always wear my hair up, especially at work. I wear it up
Hmm.
in a bun or whatever. And now that I can wear it in different styles and it look, really cute. Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah, the weight of it is crazy. And and I wonder if the reason why some of these people that have like their locks to their butt and then the hairline be starting back here, I'm like, hey now, what's going on? I wonder if that's, the weight of it has pulled out the hair. I don't know. That's how I'm thinking about it. But
I
I
mean,
could be
it's very
wrong.
possible, but when a lot of people when they put their hair up in ponytails, they don't understand like the strain that they're putting on their hair follicles.
Uh,
Like when I put my hair up, I tie it up with my own hair
uh-huh.
and then wrap it around. But initially I was using the twisters and all that other stuff, but yeah, I just tie it the same way. You know how like when we have braids and we sit
Hmm.
up there and wrap it around and do a little bun and tuck it in. Same thing, but a lot
Same
of people
concept.
they use like whatever it is that they put in their hair, and it pulls, literally pulls,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't pay attention. We pay attention to when you hear something pop. Wait, what was that? Hold up. Why
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that?
You have to pay attention.
Yeah,
You have to pay attention. Well, anyway, it looks really good. And if you're
thank you.
happy, listen, that's all that matters.
I am. I'm loving these curls. This is my first time. What is it called? Yeah, I forgot. But it's
Okay.
you use those little crafty
Look.
little tools and they
Okay.
twirl it around and you seen how it looked when it was first in. I actually love that style because
What are
my
they like?
hair was
The pipe
the pipe.
straws,
That's it.
right? Something like
Pipe
that.
curls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it had my hair like really, really short. Like if I cut it up and like a little bob up here,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was really really cute. But when to take them suckers out there, girl.
I could imagine it's a tedious task. It's like, oh my gosh, that's like getting,
Yes,
well, back in the day when my hair was longer and I would get like straw curls. Back in the day when they first came out, child, you know how many of them straws you used to put in my hair?
yeah,
Oh
I
my
know. 'Cause I
god.
was getting it when my
So,
hair was shorter, and it's like the
mhm.
long you knew your hair was growing though. The longer them straws got, the longer
Yeah,
them straws got, your hair was getting longer. So,
yeah, I
yeah.
loved it, but
Good on Shanae.
yes, she's
She used to
amazing.
be at Vons on 108th over
Hmm.
there in Corona. All my East Elmhurst Corona crew. Y'all know
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
yeah, she was good. I liked her for
Yes.
sure.
Gotta shout
Let's
out
get this
Shanae.
show started. We going back down memory lane. We, yo, I came across this article and I don't have it here, but this guy, and I'm gonna read it. I have it to the right of me, so I'm gonna read it really quickly. So, a Wisconsin man stole his coworker's identification for 30 years. Okay, basically he worked with him at some place and then stole his wallet. The worker, the co-worker, actually said, you know what, I'm gonna punch you in your face, give me back my stuff, I know you stole it, whatever. So he giving back his wallet, going about his business. But not before, because prior to that, he had already, I guess the person's social security number was in there too. So he had already opened up bank accounts, had gotten a new ID, had did all these different things with this man's identity. Okay, let's fast forward. When the coworker realized what the guy had done, he took him to court, right? Why did they argue that the guy was crazy, the fake guy was the real one, sent this man to jail? Okay, okay, let me look at this. Hold up, hold the phone, I gotta get this
Wait.
right.
They sent the guy who was making the complaint to
Right,
jail?
right. So not only that, so basically when the guy tried to reclaim his identity in 2019, the fake guy convinced police that the real guy was the imposter, and the real guy was arrested and charged with identity theft and false impersonation. Now get this. The real
Mhm.
guy spent 428 days in jail, right? Then when he came out, he was still fighting and they put him back. A court ruled him mentally insane and he spent 147 days in a state mental hospital receiving medication after the judge found him not competent to stand trial. Okay, this was in 2021 when he was convicted, right? After his release, he continued to fight for his identity, right? The guy, get
I know
this,
there's a lawsuit in
the
here.
fake guy built a whole new life off the guy's identity. Okay? So the guy's name, the fake guy's name is David Kieran's, right? The real guy, his name is William Woods. The fake guy ended up building a whole life. Mind you, he got married, he had a child, opened bank accounts, obtaining credit. He worked at the University of Iowa Hospital, earning like more than 100K a year as an IT administrator, right? Get this though. Here's the crazy part. He even gave his wife thinks his last name is Woods. William Woods. The kid he gave the kid the Woods surname, like wild, right?
This is weird.
Okay, this is stuff that's happening in this world, right? So
Mhm.
he ends up doing that. So the real guy, he in January 2023, he contacted the place where the guy works, and then finally investigation ensued into it, and they used DNA evidence to prove that the real guy was telling the truth. Which
That should have
I
been
don't
done
know
from the
why they didn't do
beginning.
that in 1988 or in 2019 when he
Right.
tried to do it before. So nope, used DNA evidence to prove Woods was telling the truth. They confronted the imposter with the DNA results, and he admitted that he used his identity for decades. Um, it's crazy. So right. So the fake guy tells the police, "Oh, my life is over." Dude, it's not your life. Like you built a false life under somebody's identity. What? Ciao
My
bye.
kids, wife don't even know what's going on.
Wife don't even know who she married. Yo, wild,
Make
Nicole.
it make sense.
Okay, 30 years of living under this man's identity. Okay, 30 years. Like, what? And then the crazy part is, I felt so bad for that guy because they put him in a mental hospital. He was receiving medication
That's
this
what I'm
for
saying. That's a lawsuit.
147 days.
So I mean, he won a lawsuit against that, right? I know he had
So
to.
he's planning on suing the state or whatever else. So
He's he's about to be paid.
what, girl? So they gave the imposter 12 years in jail for this crime.
He
And
should be in jail for the rest of his life.
he had the nerve to say he thinks the sentence is a little harsh. Now, he's crazy, okay? Crazy. Listen,
He
okay?
allowed them to send this man to jail and a mental hospital, knowing good goddamn well that you stole his identity.
Insane, okay? So the main goal for the real person is to rebuild his life, but there's so many things that come along with this, right? There's an aftermath. Like the wife doesn't even know who the hell he is, right? She doesn't. She is not. That person is not the right person that she married. Like that's not the name. That is not his name. That's not nothing. It's social.
She
She
had
just
kids with
married
him.
a ghost.
Hmm.
Like in so many words, right? And then their son, the trauma behind that. You my dad, but you not my dad. Like what?
You're like, I
Like
don't even know who he is.
like what? So I saw that. I was like, yo, people are insane. And to be honest, how many people are doing that out here in these
I'm
days?
sure there's a
These
lot of
days.
people doing it. I mean, people get got all the time, but this man stole his wallet. Open how could I mean, all you need is you do need a social security card, but how did
So
he get into
back in the day, people used to, because this was in the 80s when this happened, right? So people used to keep their social security card in their wallets. So when the guy realized that his wallet was stolen, he's like, wait a minute, first of all, it's only me and you in this truck because they were working in some sort of plant. It's only me and you, so I know you took it, and if you don't give it back to me, I'm gonna punch you in your face. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna give it back, but. That was like weeks after. So he had already opened up a bank account, did all these different things in the man's name. So he was like, I'm gonna give it back to you. Cool.
Oh, because back then it was easy to make fake IDs.
Yep. So
Yeah.
yeah, 30 years took my life is over. Sir, what? It was crazy. The audacity, okay? The audacity. So he got sentenced to 12 years, basically 144 days. And I hope that he does every bit of that 144 days. But that is kind of like what you're doing, like when you're like the fact that for the wife, that was like a scam, right? To be
That is a
honest.
can.
That was like a scam,
Yeah.
and it's like, so now she didn't even marry the real person. She didn't marry who she thought she married. I mean, it's weird, but girl, on that note of trying to find the real person behind the screen,
Oh, I hope she had a job
listen, me too.
because he was making what, six figures, right?
She was
Imagine, I mean, if you're making six figures, I hope so.
6 figures is like making nothing now in this
Well,
economy.
depending on what state was they in, it's not like they're in New York or California.
They're in
So
Wisconsin.
yeah, they
You
good.
don't know. Yeah. But it's crazy. It's wild how that's like he literally was like a romance scammer. Like to be honest,
Ooh.
you had a whole kid, you had a wife, you really perpetrated the fraud with this lady. Like it's not like you defrauded the man, you defrauded your own wife. She didn't even know who you are.
That's crazy because imagine, like, at least tell her. So she know,
Crazy.
hey, listen, I know you met me as this, but you know, that's not my real name. My real name is.
Yo, and then you
But we
give your
gonna keep
kid,
riding on this name.
you give your kid with your DNA somebody else's surname. Like, come on, you're wild for that.
Doesn't
Anyway,
make sense.
but I mean, a lot of these people be scamming, and that this was like 30 years of a scam. Like that's insane. He went like to the extreme, and it's wild how that happens. But anyway, on that note,
Mm.
of trying to find the real person behind, the screen, or even the real person that you married, how many dates do you think it takes for you to get to know someone, right? Or how much time do you put on dating someone before you commit to them?
Hmm.
What you think about that, Nicole?
Well, I'll say, in the world full of such situationships, mixed signals and wasted time. Um, love life with a purpose. The challenges of simple 3 months, 10 days, and absolutely no excuses, right? We're talking about dating experiences, real accountability, whether you're healing, starting over, tired of dead end connections. I think we're all tired of dead end connections.
Yeah.
Okay. Serious about finding a person. Listen, 3 months, 10 dates.
Okay, break that down for me. 3 months for what?
3 months is, dating, getting to know somebody. Like, I think you should be able to recognize like the red flags. Like if there's any red flags there, dating the person, making sure that they have the standards, there's no excuses. Dating with standards, no
Yeah.
excuses. Healing before choosing, making sure that instead of you wasting your time going through everything that normal people would normally go through,
Hmm.
set the boundary, set the time limit, so you're not wasting no time. 3 months.
Okay, so this
Getting
is
to know a
okay.
person.
You're giving you're giving a person 3 months to commit to you to be in a relationship. Is that what we're doing? Like what's
So
the
it's
deadline
leading,
for the 3 months?
I would say it's leading to commitments. Like they're saying that by the time you're 3 months should be enough time to know if you want to commit to this person.
Okay.
And I think that's true. Like they say men know after what is it? After a month or something like that, if they want to commit to a woman or not. Isn't that what they
Mhm.
say? It's like
That's
a month
crazy.
or something like that, like maybe two months to know they if he wants to commit. So 3 months is good enough time, a good enough time limit to know if this person is for you. That way, you're not wasting 10, 20, 30 years,
Yeah.
trying to figure out some stuff.
So
Or
that
even
three
5 years.
months so that 3 months would have at least 10 dates within those 3 months, because because we're
You know
talking
more.
effort, right? You're making an
Yeah.
effort to get to know one another. If in 3 months you had less than 10 dates, what are you thinking? That's something that's a red flag, or that person is not really trying to get to know you? What's the thought process
It's
behind
very
it?
possible, because, they say that, mm, I just had a brain fart.
They say that.
Um, so basically, like when it comes to when a man pursues a woman, they say when the man pursues the woman, he knows for sure, like the amount of dates that you will have depend on him, right? That means
Hmm.
he's interested, he's intrigued. So if you get a man, like I don't think that should matter. I think it shouldn't matter who approached who, right? But if we're gonna go in regards to the whole traditional thing, you should allow him to pursue you, allow him to, engage. At least that way you know that he's interested, right? And then, yeah, I think by the second, third date, you know if it's worth going on any more dates. I think by the first date, you know it was, worth going on any more dates.
Yeah, there's a vibe that you feel, when you're dating, especially dating with intention. I think that though sometimes when you put a time limit on what it should be, it
Mhm.
becomes a little bit rigid, right? It becomes like a monotonous thing, like, okay, my God, this is date number 4. It should be doing this, or some people cannot adhere to that. And I think that if you have like a type A personality, I don't think that that's something that you should do, because then you do not allow room for spontaneity, allow room for just for the relationship to grow naturally and flow naturally.
Mhm.
But if you're dating with intention, like you're not really counting, okay, 3 months or 10 days, some people are. Right, some people are, but most of us are like, okay, you know what, let's go with the flow here and see where it goes. And you're right, after the second date, you'll know, like, yeah, this is, no, like,
Well, this is also dating with intentions. It's not saying that this is just being confident, in modern dating,
Mhm.
when to walk away and when to lean in and stuff like that. It's not saying you're not rushing love. You don't want to rush love
Right.
in any possible way. But it is about dating with intentions because love shouldn't feel like confusion. There's a lot of the the way they're dating nowadays. These women are confused. They don't know what the heck is going on because
Men
it
are
can feel like
confused too. Men are
I'm not. I,
confused.
I mean, I'm a female, so we're speaking in regards to. Yes, you are right. So I know somebody who just went through something. This is a guy I'm talking about. Okay,
Hmm.
now the female that I hope this is okay that I'm speaking about that. I'm not saying who it is. So, but um, so he met somebody 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks.
Hmm.
He's seen the red flags because she was, rushing to do all these things. Like she wanted him to go on a vacation already. She bought him a pair of sneakers. She had him around her kids. Um, and to him, it's like, well, like this is something's going crazy. His kids don't live with him, so she's like, when his kids come to town, she wants to be included and stuff. And he's like, I don't do that. Like, it's not that time. It's only been 2 weeks. I had
Yeah.
to tell him, I said, even though you know that, right? And it doesn't matter that she sat there and uh, you know, included you in whatever it is that you got she had going and her kids were there. I said, you should have said no, I don't think that's a good idea. Because if you sitting up there saying that for yourself in regards to your kids, why would you allow, because I don't want to say allow, but it's like he sat there and whatever it is that she wanted, he went through it, even though he said she moving too fast. Like to me, it was just like
I mean,
you can say something. And she broke up with him because, or stopped dealing with him because he wouldn't let her be around his kids.
yeah, I mean, that's the way she operates. And I don't know if that's right or wrong, and I don't know how old the children are.
Yeah.
If you have older children, then that's something different. But
And
and so she felt comfortable with him after 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know, but I think a conversation definitely would have been had. Like, hey, listen, I don't feel comfortable meeting your children because we're just getting to know one another, and I don't want that there to be an in and out with me, because I don't know where this is going. Not saying that I'm looking for this to end, but I
Mhm.
don't know where it's going as of yet. So let's push the, put the brakes on meeting one another's children. So I mean, he did the right thing. He did not give in to the pressures of, okay, hey, yeah, I'm gonna bring you around my children. He did the right thing. And then obviously that just means that she wasn't the right person for him at this time. Not
And that's
saying that it
exactly
won't
what I
happen
said. Yeah.
later on, but right now it's just not it. So
Yeah, I basically told him, I said, that's a red flag or whatever. I said, like they went to church.
mhm.
And then it was just like, and it's okay that you go to church. Like, that's nothing. Like, let's say he met her at the church and her kids happen to be there. Like, that's different. But it's like you're doing this whole family thing for no apparent reason. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Kind of went off topic, but but I was just saying, like, I was explaining to him about dating with intentions. Like, I'm like, if you're sitting up there and you see something that you do not like, bring that up. Mention it. I said, you got to set those boundaries early. You're dating. You're not in a committed relationship. It is okay to not go with whatever it is that they want you to do. Because if,
Mhm.
if you, especially if you don't feel right about it,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, you don't have to do that. So, and he was listening. I think he got it. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I think in her case, she was rushing it because whatever happened in her situation previously, she felt, hey, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me see if this is the right. Okay, it's not going to work. It's not going to work because you're not allowing me to do this. So if it didn't go her way,
Well, I mean, then, I mean, obviously, it's not something that he wanted. So he was free to move about the cabin. Okay. Move on, do what you do. And that's what dating is, right? If it doesn't work out, then you move on. No love lost, none of that. I mean, some people get mad, but whatever.
yeah,
But when you're like, so going back to the topic,
that part.
putting a time limit on a time frame on, say for instance, hey, listen, after 3 months we're going to date for 90 days and then we're going to revisit this. We're going to, we're going to get to know one another. We're going to um get to know the fundamental differences within ourselves, to see if this can even move forward, and then just kind of revisit it after 3 months. That's okay. I feel as if you're actually trying to get to know one another, but in some cases you may be putting, there's some, maybe somebody has anxiety. I can't get it right out right now, but
Mhm.
it could cause like dating anxiety, like, oh my gosh, we're on day 85
Well,
and
no, because you don't have. It's not about counting, right? You
right.
just gotta. It's just about your time mattering. Your time matters.
Okay. Be
Your
intentional.
standard matters. Your future relationship deserves the clarity. There's a lot of people that really don't know what's going on within their relationship. So it's all about the clarity. It's all about the transparency.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, especially being that nowadays things are way different from back in the days when we were dating. So it's very different. And if you make sure that there's no confusion within your situation, I think you'll be just fine. But yeah, 3 months.
That gives you a good
And
time. I think that's a good time frame to get to know someone
yeah,
on a deeper level,
yeah,
and understanding what each of you want, to see if that's something that person is capable of giving.
yeah.
And once I think the biggest part of this is realizing that if that person can give you that, accepting it and just severing ties.
Okay, so that wraps up this episode of Dating with a Deadline. 3 months, 10 dates, no excuses. Remember, dating with intentions means knowing your worth, protecting your peace, and refusing to settle for confusion. Every date teaches you something, every experience brings you closer to clarity, and every no makes room for the right yes. Don't chase, choose. Don't settle, be intentional. And most importantly, no excuses. Until next time, I'm your host, Nicole Jones.
And I'm Quantis Harry. And you can find us every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube at real_convos_podcasts and on Facebook.
Facebook at Real Conversations 2021.
So we thank you so much for watching, and God bless.